Segment 4 in the series, Emotions Are Creating Something. So we want to make it brief. We want to make it sort of a sharing that is easily absorbed, if you will. So we spoke about how emotions affect the physical body and how it would naturally affect health in the cells of the body. Cells feel emotions. And in the state of feeling something is creating something. So we shared that joy and happiness is creating healing, replenishing, rejuvenating all cells in the being. And feeling anything other than has the potential to create a dysfunction, create sort of cells exploding. If one is feeling anger, that cells would then change form, if you will. And then they are not in the state of healing, replenishing, rejuvenating. And it was a segment or segments to ponder. Emotions. What are they creating? What are you creating by how you are feeling about any one thing? And is it of grand truth that emotions can be placed down and another emotion carried? So we're talking about the length of time one feels something. And in that length of time, what is created? Ponder. Ones are meant to feel everything. This is why ones arrive to Mother Earth. The heavens do not understand anger. It is understood, but it is not experienced. In divine eternal light, all is divine eternal love. No quarreling. No obstruction in feeling less than. Just being loving, divine, eternal light. So let us just say that physical form gives the most grand platform to feel something and gives the most grand platform to create something. What are you creating? What are you creating? And are your emotions affecting what you are creating? Naturally so. If you are feeling disheartened, would you feel inspired? No. No. Inspiration would be called forth when one calls it forth. Isn't that fascinating? Disappointment would be felt and experience when one calls it forth because of the experience itself. How is it that one can see something far different than someone else? So a situation has taken place, let us just say within family or friends, situation has taken place, and you can see some are very angry about it. Some are furious about it. And others, well, they don't care so much, let us just say. They don't see it the same, even if they are involved as the other that is getting angry. Where do emotions come from? Truly ponder. And why would one find a place to quick anger, if you will, and another not even really truly care about it and do not find their place to quick anger? And they do not find their place to quick happiness or quick joy, if you will. But it is true that emotions are meant to be felt. And it is of great truth that one can change their emotions from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, to the end of the day, to the beginning of the day. And if one truly pondered all the emotions in between at every moment in time, from taking a bite of a favorite cookie to getting into one's car, and there is a roadblock, let us say, traffic extreme, one wanting to get home. How is everyone feeling throughout their day? How is everyone feeling in the experience of? Now, one can be in a traffic jam, one can be furious, smashing their hand on the steering wheel, if you will, honking their horn, wanting everyone to move, get out of the way. And another in the vehicle beside has decided to take the time, because they cannot move along any faster, they cannot change the experience, and they begin to create thoughts of happiness, or they think about joyful things. They turn on the radio and they listen to a happy song. They start to give gratitude for all things that they are feeling grateful for. Perhaps they are feeling grateful that they are held up in traffic, and it gives them a little time to be grateful, if you will. So how is that? Both in the same place, perhaps both side by side on the freeway or in the traffic jam, rush hour traffic, if you will, and two feeling very different about the experience. Now, we understand if you're wanting to get somewhere quickly and you are not expecting the traffic jam and it is not comfortable, etc., etc. We understand. We are just using the example. How one can find a place to feel something about the experience, and how fascinating is it that ones choose how to feel. Would it be a choice of road rage, if you will? Would it be a choice to take the moment to feel deep gratitude, both in the traffic jam, both held up in their vehicles? It is a choice. Emotions are meant to be felt. Who would you be if you didn't feel anything? How would your day look if you were walking around empty, no emotion at all? Think about it. The Walking Dead. And some have turned off their emotions so much they do not feel any one thing. You are meant to feel emotions. You are not meant to carry them. And we are wanting ones just to have an awareness, to be mindful that emotions change. Isn't it a beautiful thing that if one has found their pathway of anger, it is not every moment in the day? Isn't it a beautiful thing that the relief can be found? And isn't it a beautiful thing that if ones are feeling joyous and at peace, they can search for more joy and peace, search for things that bring joy and peace? And even if something has come along, cross their path, that does have the potential of anger or sadness, has the potential to feel something different than, isn't it of great value to know, to let go, to return to the state of joy? What are your emotions creating? We have shared how emotions affect the physical body. How when one is feeling better, if you will, feeling good, that cells are feeling good. Within the body feels good, and in that space healing, replenishing, rejuvenating, protecting, if you will, all in place. When ones are feeling burdened with life, run down, uneasy, anger, cells are feeling that. The body is feeling that. And it does not create a space of healing. It does not create a space of replenishing. Does not create the space. So when you think about emotions, ponder how emotions create relationships. Now, emotions do not create relationships, but they sort of do. So you are feeling resentful about life for years. And ones come into your world, you're meeting ones all the time, and they come into your world. They don't tend to stay. They don't tend to stay. Would it make sense that they truly did not resonate with the feeling of resentment and anger? Now, one that is angry may cover it up very well. But we are sharing that every emotion is a vibration, and it is in that vibration that is felt. When ones meet a naturally happy soul, if you will, ones are attracted to that person. The ones will say, oh, they're so happy, they have so many people in their life, they have this, and they sort of fill in why they would be happy. But isn't it true that one can be extremely happy and abundant in joy and sort of peeve everybody else off around them? Isn't that fascinating? Because ones that are resentful and angry, harsh judgment, judging the ones that are happy. Well, of course you're happy. You have this, and this. Well, of course you're happy because this happened. Well, of course you're happy. You're not me. And so could you see how emotions then create relationships with others? Now, it sounds sort of funny because the one that is joyous is saying, well, I don't want to tick people off. I don't want to repel them in my happiness. But if another is feeling content, you would not tick them off. Ponder it. Misery loves company. Ones will say that. Have you noticed that the group tends to stay within how everyone is feeling? Predominantly, think about it, because it is very difficult to combine for any length of time. One's hanging out, if one wants to remain in joy, it is difficult to hang out with one that is remaining in harsh judgment and resentment. And one that is in harsh judgment and resentment cannot find much in common, if you will, with the one that is in joy. Ponder. What are you wishing to create in your relationships? And ponder how your emotions affect your relationships, and who comes into your world, who walks out of your world, who do you choose to be in your world, who do you let go of because you just cannot connect in a vibrational level. Not because a happy person doesn't want to be around someone who is feeling anger, not at all. You are meant to feel emotions. It is when it is carried that becomes one's personality. It becomes one's vibration, predominant vibration. So if you have a happy, joyous soul walking, going through the life, and you have one that is holding on to anger for decades, it shows, it becomes one's personality. And in this personality, in this vibration, what is being created? Ponder. What is being created? What is being created? Really, really good. There is great love for you.